Hello everybody and welcome to Amiga Heaven. At the moment I'm on a run of looking at the AGA games, and this is a doozy of a game. Today I am looking at Transarctica. Now, by all accounts this looks a lot like Metro Exodus. It's like people are basically living on a train. The only difference here, essentially, is that it's all snowy. Although there was a film that I saw that was similar to this. But this game is so complex, it's almost as complex as Detroit, that I've essentially had to look up the manual for this to try and work out how it plays, and I still don't fully understand, so we're probably going to learn together. Alright, so here we go. We are going to pick, these are different options where you can obviously save, you can load, you can pick a different level of toughness, I think. Let's just start. Alright, and here we are. Now, essentially, we all live on a train. Everybody lives on trains. And they basically have to use the trains to travel around in order to meet other people, go to new cities, all that kind of stuff. So, this is the main panel. I don't know any of this, I'm reading, so don't get fancy with me. Okay, and first of all, this bar here is our train. These are our different carriages that we have on our train. And if we hold the button down, there you go. So that is wagon 5, which is a merchandise wagon. It is in a state of perfect, because we can be attacked, so we do have to be a little bit cautious. There's a barracks at the back. We've got 10 soldiers. It's a boudoir. That's our office by the look of it. Oh, general's quarters. That's our office. We have a tender, which is carrying all of our bits and pieces, and then that's where we're standing currently. That's the locomotive. Apparently you can have up to 100 different carriages, different wagons, and you can obviously move across that way, but 100 is insane. Okay, so this is how you access the different train compartments. Now, you have, this is the engine. This is access to the private wagon. This is the general's quarters. And this is the missile launcher, which you have to purchase and is your defense, essentially. So these icons will change depending on where you are. And they give you access to things like the map, different sizes of the map, and other phases of the game. The icons will be explained when you get to them. So I suppose when you go to a town, etc., there'll be different things for you to do here. So this is the amount of lignite coal that we possess. Now this is essentially coal, however it is also our currency. So realistically we don't want to use that as coal anywhere near as much as we do this stuff here. This is called anthronite or anthracite. It's less volatile, but much more combustible. So it cannot be used as currency, but it's used as fuel. So this is the stuff we need to burn, is the gold stuff. And then obviously this is our speed, which is currently 0, because we are not moving. Now you see, this is our map. Oh, you see, I can look at coordinates and things. I can move. Oh, there's a town. Ooh. Okay. Oh, there's a town down here too. Oh, there's towns. I'm sorry, I want to go. Can I change these things? Oh, I can. So I can choose where they go. So, for example, I'll have to bring this train down to here and then come up and change the lock so I can go up to that town there. Okay. Okay, well that seems fine. That's the map. So you see, yeah, we've got like stop, change direction, I'm assuming that is. And... oh, wow, bigger map. That's the entire map. There we go. So we're in the bottom left corner. So obviously, yeah, this is where we were just now. Then we've got, this is us. Ooh, we have a gun. In order to commit suicide... what? Oh, this took a very dark turn. In order to commit suicide, press the left button. The captain's body was discovered in the morning by his secretary. The face of the dead man reflected the despair of the last moments when he could not fulfill his responsibilities, and the sun continued to shine its benevolent rays across the top of the opaque cloud layer, hidden from human eyes, and the sun continued to shine. The end. Well, thanks for watching. I will see you again next... No, I'm not going to stop there. Alright, so let's give this another go. Let's not be silly now. So, this is the engine room. Okay. The first thing that we have is... up here somewhere, probably this here, maybe I would say, is what's called the receptacle. It collects messages from the radio operator in the general quarters, who communicates with various spies across the world. If a message is present, click over the information and it will be displayed for us. Click it again to make it disappear. There will be a bell that rings every time a new message is received. However, my sound isn't the best here at the moment, so there's a chance I will not hear it, but we have to come back and keep checking. So this is where we put the coal, pretty obviously, but it has to tell us, so we were aware. And to do such, we basically have to click on these guys, and they will essentially put the represented coal that you can see the colours of, they'll start shoveling it into here. So for example, see, that was fast, and then faster, and then stop. So now let's see if we can just turn this. We want to go that way, because in theory, me putting just that little bit of coal in might make the train go. So let's do that for now, so we're at least facing the right way. It is not necessary to put coal permanently into the firebox. On the contrary, only a few pellets will suffice to make the train move forward for quite a time. Also, yeah, you risk the boiler exploding. So the boiler can explode, so we do have to be a little bit careful there. We don't want to keep filling it up. Now, by selecting the wheel, that will reverse the direction of the train. So that will also another way of reversing the direction. Obviously, we've worked out we can do that on here. So it feels like I'd rather do that way. It's much easier. But you can do that there if you want. By clicking on the brake, which is here apparently, it's there maybe, it's somewhere on this screen here, this bit here, it will stop the train. There is no way to change the position or any coal loading operations under the way. In order to start up again, reselect the brake. Okay, so you have to turn it on. Oh, there you go. So that's the brake, and that's the brake. So that's how you turn it on and off. But we technically, there was a stop here. So I'm pretty sure, there you go, stop, go. We have a whistle. There you go. Doesn't say it does anything, so fair enough. The alarm. There's an alarm there. The alarm starts up the observation car. So the alarm starts up when the observation car has seen something. And then here, are the engine controls. So A is the pressure gauge. Obviously, if the boiler's going to blow up, we have to make sure it doesn't get to this red part here. So we just have to keep track of that. Okay, this is the speed of the train, which also is going to be down here as well, so that's fine. This gives us the pressure. I don't know, of the pistons of the train. I don't know if we need that, but it tells us that. This here is the thermometer. It indicates the temperature inside the boiler. So this is the temperature inside the boiler, and this is the pressure inside the boiler. None of this necessarily matters. Obviously, we have to make sure we don't go over, so this is a good way of checking that. Speed will be down here either way, so it doesn't matter. This is the most important thing. This is a regulator. It is the only adjustable element on the panel. By clicking somewhere on the gauge, it will set the position to control the speed of the train. This is currently minimum speed. This would be maximum speed. So we can put it there for the time being, and then it won't go over that speed. Now the interesting thing is, I don't know whether I have to stop the train when I get to a city, or whether it will take me there on its own. Alright, so this is my private wagon. We know what the gun does. So this one technically has this, which is where the letters can come from, and it has an alarm. So if anything gets spotted, we can know it while we're here as well. Can I see what that is? No, I can't. Thought I might see a picture of the train. So if we click on him, oh look. What does that mean? There's like an elephant. There's an elephant. What does that mean? Is the elephant going to attack us? Right, I'll tell you what. Let's get going. Let's get moving. Again, we don't want to do too much, but we want to be going, because there's an elephant there apparently. There we go. We're off. So we'll slow him down for the moment. I'm not sure if this elephant's going to attack us or not, but we should, in theory. We're moving. We're moving now. So we'll leave it on here. Oh look, he's moving off. Alright, but basically, go back to the boudoir while we're moving. If we click on him, this is our infantry. So it tells us the number of wagons we have, all the bits and pieces, and all the details of how many of each one we have with bits and pieces in them. So you see, this is a handy little information to have, to know what's going on. I believe there's an elephant. Hey, we're moving. We can select the book on the table. We can save the game if we would like, and then obviously we can commit suicide, which we discovered that is an option. Then we have the general's quarters. Oh, hello, generals. Right, so general's quarters. There are 4 choices. We obviously have this again for messages. We have the map. Clicking on this will bring us back to the map. Oh, are we gonna... Now, this is a good test, actually. We'll see if we have to slow down on the way into the town, or whether it's just going to allow us to go there. Ah, it stopped. It stopped us. We're in a town. Okay. I was in the middle of learning the general's quarters. Okay, I'll tell you what. While we're here, can we still get into the general's quarters? Ah, we have to exit. So we have to either buy, sell, or exit. Well, if we go to buy, what do they have? They have fuel. They have meat and they have salt. Okay. See, I don't know. How much money do we have? Do we have any money? The purchase of salt. Unit used 1 ton. Price is 5. Quantity 27. Price is 10 for meat. And oil. Price is 8. You do not have sufficient wagons to take them. Ah, okay. So we're out of space, do we? Can I... Oh, you see, I can buy some of these. Can we buy salt? We can. Okay, well, I'm going to buy some salt, I think. 5 tons? They've only got 5, but let's buy the 5. If it'll let us. It will, yay. Oh, yeah, because this is our money. Of course it is. Alright, so we bought some salt. There we go. And then selling. What do we have to sell? We only have our salt to sell. Alright, let's exit. And let's exit. Now we'll do that. We'll do that. And now the speeds up again. And now we're going to slowly go to this town here. While we're looking at our general's quarters. Alright, so this is the map. It gives us the map which we just saw. And it will find information on spies in a bit further down. We can basically send a spy, which we can only do if we have one. Which at the moment I can't see that we would. We can use dynamite, in which the spy can destroy sabotages on tracks or bridges, which is interesting. Obviously, if we blow up a bridge or a track, we can't use it anymore, so we have to be a little bit careful there. I'm really surprised at how much fuel this train is using. It's really going for it. And then we have a little steam machine, which is very fast, can be sent out in front or the back of the track. Many can be accessed by clicking on the character to the right of the general quarters screen. Him. You have no line cable cars and you cannot access this menu. Okay, so if we get line inspection cars, we can use him to send the line cars out and it will tell us if there's anyone in front of us. We are in a second place. Let's see what they have. They have rails, gasoline, and mammoth dung. Nice. Oh, it was a mammoth. Okay. Price of 13. Oh, wow. So we just bought it for 5. And we can now sell it for 13. Look, we made 40. We made 40. Yay, we're doing it. We're making money. See, we're trading. So what do they have this? I don't know if we can take any of this. Will it let us? We can't take the gasoline. Oh, well, we can take the tracks. They are 4 each. Although the dung looks like it's... Well, no, because I want something at low, ideally. They're 4 each. I'm going to take that. And then I'm going to buy... Oh, we haven't got... Okay, so we can't take wagons for that either. Okay, well then can I get another... 5, there we go. So basically I've used my profits to buy some wagons. Oh, we're in Marrakesh. I didn't even notice. Okay, well I don't think I can actually buy wagons Because there doesn't seem to be anything other than these. Alright, well then let's exit. Go back to the map. We want to go that way. So now it should go round and up this way, and then we can always go backwards and come back here if we wish. Will it tell us what this place is? Casablanca. Ooh. Maybe go to Casablanca. Oh, look at this place. That looks like some kind of a hub. If ever I've seen one. Alright, well Casablanca's the only point in a long distance. So let's make our way to Casablanca. I believe the train is moving. It's getting... Yep, there we go. It's on its way. Now there are various... Okay, so I'm onto the event section. There are various meeting occurring during the journey. That English isn't very good. So, nomads. These are travelling merchants who travel with rare and sought after produce. There's mammoth herds. It is fairly common to meet them. The result of the hunt will be decided by the number of beasts you have, or the number of beaters you have available. Slaves and soldiers. You do have to have a cattle wagon to transport them if you're going to try and catch them. Okay, the Hordas is a pack of starving wolves. They attract trains and cause a great deal of damage to cattle wagons, slaves and soldiers. You need a strong army to defeat them. There are mole men, apparently. Their ancestors built the underground railways, and they just prefer the warmth and shelter underground. They are cannibals. They attack trains for food and carry off women to breed with. They are badly organised but very strong and numerous and not afraid to die. A bomb line inspection car will discourage their attacks. Okay, but I don't know what to do with regards to coming into contact with any of them. But I suppose we'll deal with that at a later date. Okay, so we have commercial towns. These are towns with mass trading carried out between the trains. First, select the type of transaction, to purchase or to sell, and then plus or minus, we did all of that. To purchase a product, you must have sufficient space to store it. It's a goods wagon or a tanker. So we needed a tanker for both of those things we wanted to get, basically. 15 different types of produce to trade. They vary depending on the location and the demand. Yep, we know all about that. That's fine. Industrial towns. These towns specialise in the manufacture of wagons. So if I do that, then I'm ready to go and I can just change the direction when I get past it. The function of the menu is identical to the commercial, except you cannot resell a wagon. There are 20 different wagons, observation cars, cranes, goods, cattle, etc. If you click on them in the general panel, the description text is displayed. Nice, okay. Mammoth fares. Mammoths are very highly valued. They can transport heavy loads to cover hundreds of kilometers. It will slow down first and then it will change direction. The mammoth fares are few and far between. You can buy and sell numerous mammoths at them. Purchased by minus, blah blah blah. But you have to have cattle wagons. And then we have slave markets. Slaves are usually captured mole men, physically very strong. Take part in all heavy... Ah! It's a cattle wagon. It's a mammoth thing. We were just talking about these. It's a mammoth show. Look at the Casablanca. I'm just going to keep reading about this just for a moment. So slave markets, they can repair tracks, construct bridges, and mine coal. But we have to have a prison wagon in order to have them. There are garrison towns. Soldiers are enrolled, so we can get more soldiers. And there are workshops. They're like garages for trains. You can change the order of the wagons. That affects train combat, apparently. You can repair wagons. And you can send wagons to the scrapyard if they're dead. And then there are mines where you can mine different things while you're there. If you've run out of coal, then you can get to a mine and you have the ability to mine some more. You need slaves and cranes, though, by the look of it, depending on what you want to mine. Alright, well, let's have a look and see. You cannot sell what you do not have. Okay, so it is specifically mammoths, and we do not have a mammoth track, so we cannot go. Right, what I'm going to do then is it's taken a while to get this far, but we're in, and we're on our way. I don't want for this to be the video, because this has been more of an informative, this is how the game works. So, from here, I am going to carry on next week, and I am going to see if I can at least get something going in this. So I'll keep reading the rest of this off screen. As I was reading it before I started recording, I realised it makes a lot more sense when you're in the game to see what the different things do. But now we know. So, yes. So I'm going to come out of here and save this on a blank disk, and then we will reload it, and we will carry on next week. And we will see if we can at least maybe get some new wagons, something. Let's see what we can find. So thanks so much for watching. This has been Transarctica Part 1, Amiga Heaven AGA Edition. Thanks so much for watching. Tune in next week to see how much fun we have with this, and I'll see you again next time.